Now we are going to talk about non-inverting terminal. The idea is simple. We are going to give an input to the non-inverting part, right? So the input signal, okay, is applied to the non-inverting input. Non-inverting. So we are basically going to apply it in the plus terminal, right? So before we proceed, I think we need to just draw the circuit, right? That is important. So I will take the inverting terminal and then probably define the non-inverting part, right? It will be more easy to grasp. So what happens in a non-inverting terminal? Let this be A, no problem. But now this part is basically grounded and we don't apply the input at this particular point, okay? So this part now becomes grounded. Okay, so this is mechanically grounded here, okay? And the other part will basically have the input. So maybe I can just draw the input here to give the signal at this point. This idea is simple, and this is your input terminal. Okay. And the logic here is the same. We do have RI and an RF, okay, and then we are going to take the output from this particular end, okay. You can just draw it this way, or you can actually have an output which is also taken across. This is zero potential, this is the value that you get. The difference between the two will give you the output voltage. So this circuit, or even if you don't draw the ground, it should be acceptable. Now look here, we are having a output which is in phase. So in general, if you are basically going to have an input signal something like this, okay, the output that you are going to get will be in the same phase, only amplified, right? Amplified signal. A part of it is taken and fed back into the inverting terminal. The feedback is always done at the inverting terminal, okay. So let's just write down few points here, okay. This RI and RF, okay, basically will form a voltage divider, okay. So maybe I can just write it down, RI and RF, okay. It basically divides the voltage divide at the inverting input, at the inverting input. So basically at this particular point, if you want to know what is the voltage at different points, it's basically creating a voltage divide. You have a voltage across this and you have got a voltage across this, okay. So the voltage is getting here divided, okay, and this will basically provide a negative feedback, okay. So what happens is that when we talk about an amplified voltage, we are saying that what is the difference between these 2 points, that voltage is getting amplified, okay. So understand this, at initially when there is no feedback, let's say I have got 0 volts here and you have got some voltage at this point, at this particular point. The difference between them would be nothing but V in. So V in is the input and that is getting amplified. Now you have taken a part from this, okay. Please remember this, I might ask you an exam, although I'm not writing down the sentences here. Now let's say I have taken a part of this output and fed back here. Now this is no more 0 volt because I have taken some voltage and applied it here, okay. So if I take some voltage here, now let's say it is V in, and then let's say this is the feedback voltage, let's say Vf dash. Now the voltage that is getting amplified in the next stage is, so when we are actually, when feedback is provided, okay, let's say when feedback is provided, let's say we have got the feedback voltage Vf dash at A. Now the voltage that is getting amplified would be nothing but V in minus Vf dash. this voltage is actually getting amplified now. So look into this. This is basically having a decrease in voltage that is getting amplified. Okay, and that is why this particular thing is called a negative feedback. Why we call it a negative feedback? Maybe a good question to ask. 2 marks question. Negative feedback. So the question might be, what is the idea of negative feedback when we are basically considering a non-inverting amplifier? Okay, so just try to make you understand this. Okay, provide a feedback, the difference between them gets reduced, that gets amplified. Okay, so that's important. So let's just go for voltage gain. Okay, so just going to look into the voltage gain of this. Okay, okay, sorry. Voltage gain. Okay, so voltage across, okay, Ri. So what is the voltage across Ri? It is again, see, it's basically nothing but we are talking about the input voltage, okay, minus whatever is the voltage at this particular end, 0. Okay, so we can basically just consider this to be the input voltage minus the output voltage. Okay, so effectively that's the case. So we can just talk about V in minus 0. Just look into the circuit, and we have got voltage across RF would be nothing but V out minus V in. They're doing more or less a similar kind of calculation. Okay, and since input impedance is high, this logic you have to put again and again. That means at this particular point A, the voltage is 0, impedance is high. It's the same as before. What we have here is basically the current through Ri. So that means, let's say II is equal to If, just like before. But then this time we have it as this. Okay, so current is nothing but the voltage across Ri, that means V in minus 0 divided by Ri, is equal to voltage across Rf. Okay, so that means it is V out minus V in divided by Rf. So we don't have a minus sign here because we are not talking about the non-inverting amplifier, we're talking about a non-inverting amplifier. So we can just cross multiply this, so we can just simply write it down as Vn in into Rf is equal to V out into Ri minus V in into Ri. So what we can do is we can just take the ratio between V out and V in, right? So if we just write down V out by V in. See, this is V out, it has got Ri with it, right? So this Ri, and then we actually got V in here, which is actually nothing but Rf plus Ri, right? So if we just take the ratio, okay, you can just check it out. This will be Ri, and this would be nothing but Rf plus Ri. Please do your checks correctly. Okay, so if we just do it further, this would be 1 plus Rf divided by Ri. Okay, let's just get back into the previous slide and try to see the difference here. See here, what we have is not this. What we have here is minus Rf by Ri. Okay, and why does that happen? Because you know there is a voltage drop when Vm minus V out, If, and that's why we basically have got a negative sign here. Okay, on the inverting non-inverting terminal, however, it will be nothing but V out minus V in. Okay, so it's not that it's 0. Okay, it's not 0. Okay, so we just have it here. Okay, just look into the circuit and you will understand it, and you check the difference basically. So therefore this ACL is equal to, ACL will always be V out by V in. It depends on what kind of circuit you are considering, whether an inverting or a non-inverting terminal. You're going to have it as minus of RF by RI if it's an inverting terminal, or 1 plus RF by RI if it's a non-inverting terminal. Okay, so this is the one, and this ACL is equal to minus of RF by RI for a inverting terminal, inverting amplifier, let's say. Okay, so if I'm asking you a question on a non-inverting amplifier, you have to do this. If I'm asking you on an inverting amplifier, you have to do the other one. Okay, please remember your input voltage will remain V in. It only depends along which terminal you are actually applying the input voltage. Okay, and I guess for this we can again take up an example, and let's just solve one problem here. Okay, for the inverting, sorry, let me just take non-inverting right now. Non-inverting amplifier, okay, circuit. Find peak to peak output voltage. Find peak to peak output voltage. And let's see if you can do it. Okay, I'll probably give you the figure here. Okay, so it's again the same, it's not very complicated. We usually just use the same figure, so I can again and again copy and paste it for you. Probably you just need to just be a bit more clear on this. Okay, so it's a non-inverting terminal, so we don't have any kind of input on this particular end. Okay, we basically have the end here. Okay, so maybe I can just level it out. Okay, so this side it's grounded, and we have got 1 kilo ohm here. Okay, and the other one, which is RF, okay, the value that is given is 5 kilo, so I'll just put the value as 5 kilo ohm. Okay, and if we have to find out the output voltage in this particular case, and then let's say at the non-inverting terminal we have got the V in. Okay, so you have to find this out. The question is how much is the input voltage that has been provided, and there may be different ways of writing that down. The input voltage is this. Someone might just give you a diagram instead of giving you a value, and might be this is the input voltage that is being provided. Okay, and this is minus 1 volt, sorry, and this is plus 1 volt. So this is the input voltage. You have to find out what is the output voltage for the non-inverting amplifier. So what I'd like to suggest is all of you just practice it. Okay, I hope you can actually do the calculation. It's just like before, only the working formula changes. It's 1 plus RF divided by RI.